Hey YouTube, it is Landon on the order of the traveling hats today. We wanted to post another video today just to show you guys that we aren't just about Jeeps. Our first two episodes were the walkarounds of our Jeeps. Today we want to talk to you a little bit about what happens when we get out of our Jeeps and actually start to explore the world around us a little bit. And I thought a good way to do that would be to show you all what I pack in a day pack. What I think we'll do is I will get this thing unpacked and we'll go through it, shall we? Okay, so backpack's all unpacked. This is just for a day pack, just to go out for a day hike, to drive somewhere to a state park that's got some good trails on it and hike for several hours. This is by no means what I would take if I was going to stay somewhere overnight. There'd be a lot more stuff that we'd need to pack and a lot more complicated packing list. This is a really quick down and dirty packing list. First of all, go through my pack. This is a Mystery Ranch mule backpack. I really like Mystery Ranch. Now this one is in camouflage. This is actually in a Gore Optifade subalpine camouflage. That's because this pack is a hunting pack. This is actually more of a cargo pack, meat hauling pack, and it's a pack I've actually used out west to hunt elk with as a day pack, and I've actually carried an elk quarter in it. It's a great pack. It's got a carbon fiber frame. The pack empty weighs about 4 pounds, just a little over. So it's super lightweight. It's got gobs of capacity, and you can carry a bunch of weight on your back, and it really centers the weight up on your hips very well, so that it's comfortable for long distances. Now in this pack, this hose goes to a Camelback hydration bladder. I carry a 100-ounce bladder in here all the time. You can kind of route it through the frame and get it up to you so you can drink it pretty easily as you're on the trail, and I think that's just the best way for me to stay hydrated while we're out on the trail. So I've always got that in here. It's got a small sub pocket, a big pocket, and then the whole pack is got straps that tension it to the frame so you can pack more like a dry sack or something between the frame and the pack and then hold it in place. And it's very, very comfortable. So that's a great pack. They are kind of expensive, I will say that, but it's a great investment and they'll last forever if you take care of them. So really do like my Mystery Ranch pack. There's a couple of pullouts. These are just little pullouts that I bought. I think I actually got these from Kafaru. They say Kafaru on them. I don't know if you can see that, but they do. This one's a first aid kit. So in the first aid kit, I just carry kind of the bare essentials for a day hike. We've got a trauma dressing. We've got some quick clot dressing. This stuff is really good at stopping a hemorrhage. You can just kind of place it over a raw hemorrhage, and it's got some chemicals in it that help the blood to clot and congeal and seal the wound off. It's a really great dressing to have, and you can pick this up at most of your outdoor stores. I carry a couple of ace wraps just in case I needed to splint something. I don't carry a splint usually, but you could use a stick or something that you could use to kind of hold the long bone straight and stable, and then wrap it up with this and kind of get it stabilized enough that you can at least get some help. I carry a CPR mask just for resuscitation, so you can give mouth to mouth without having to give mouth to mouth. This makes CPR a little bit safer for you. It also helps you get a pretty good seal. And just be able to get a better airway in a patient. These are just trauma shears. You can pick these up almost anywhere. They're good for cutting off clothes, cutting off dressings, bandages, cutting bandages to link. They're just really handy to have, so I've always got one of those. And this is a tourniquet. So if you get a really bad bleed, an arterial bleed, especially in an extremity, this can save someone's life. You got to kind of know how to use these. This one's still sealed. It does have, I think, instructions inside of it, but I mean, if you don't know how to use one of these, there's probably YouTube videos out there that'll show you, or feel free to talk to your friendly healthcare professional in your life, and they can show you how to use one of these. If no one else is around and you've got one, you can certainly affect someone's life by saving it and stopping them from hemorrhaging to death. So these are great to have. This little pullout is just kind of because I like to be prepared even on a day hike. This is just a fire tinder kit. It's got waterproof matches. It's got magnesium strip, sparker, fire starter. Really simple. That came off of Amazon. Works pretty well. I keep a space blanket in here just in case I had to stay somewhere overnight, or again, if somebody got hurt and we needed to be able to keep them warm. This would certainly come in handy. There's some water purification tablets in here. Now these don't taste the best, but instead of carrying a big bulky Life Straw or some other kind of filtration system, I just started carrying these. And then last but not least, there's a couple of fire starters in here that you can get some tinder together, and these are a great ignition source that'll kind of help you get a fire started. So that's what's in my fire tinder kit. I like to stay dry, so I carry a raincoat everywhere we go, because where we live, the weather changes pretty quick some days, even if the forecast says it's not going to. So I always carry a raincoat. This one's from North Face. It's a Gore-Tex raincoat. I really believe in Gore-Tex. I think it's a great fabric. It keeps you dry, and it still allows you to breathe, so you don't get really sweaty and uncomfortable when you're wearing your rain gear. So really like this thing. Had it a long time. They last forever if you get a good quality one. So anybody that's looking, you know, Gore-Tex is always good. A flashlight of some sort. Now I usually carry a headlamp. Unfortunately, I couldn't find my headlamp today. I think I've hidden it somewhere in my garage. But some kind of flashlight, some kind of light source other than your cell phone, such that if you do end up for some reason out late, you've got a light source, because hiking in the dark in unfamiliar territory is just not fun. I also like to carry a simple compass, just so that I know kind of how to navigate. You can certainly navigate via Dead Reckoning with this. You can, if you know how to use a compass, it can really save you. And it doesn't require batteries. It doesn't require basically anything except for your brain to be able to use it. So these are always helpful. Always carry one. It doesn't have to be a big fancy compass, just a very simple one. You can get them from multiple manufacturers. I've had this one, I don't know, 20 years probably, and it still works pretty well. So I also like to carry this. This is a Garmin InReach GPS. It's a little bit more than just a GPS. It's got this SOS button on the side, and it basically, you have to pay a subscription service, but it allows you to send and receive text messages via satellite. It also will allow you to get weather reports via satellite downlink. And the SOS button, when you push it, will actually help to call for search and rescue, which you do also. It's a subscription service. But if you get hurt somewhere and you're out in a really remote area, this could really save you. It's also allowed me, when I've been out on trips, to send text messages to my wife when I didn't have cell phone service, just to let her know I was doing okay. And that's really made her more comfortable with me going out on some of these excursions that I've been on. I carry a pocket knife with me everywhere. I really like Benchmade's, but any pocket knife will do. Just, that's a personal choice. And that's about it. This is, like I said, a pretty lightweight packing list, just for a day hike, for going out for maybe 3 or 4 hours and coming back maybe a little bit longer. This pack also, when I actually carry it, usually I'll carry my camera gear in it. You just have a camera bag that, like I said, where the dry sack would go between the frame and the pack, that's usually where I put it. It rides there pretty comfortably. Yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was educational. I think we want to give you guys more content like this. It seems like there's a lot of people out there that go on these excursions, but they don't necessarily tell you how to prepare for it. And to have a really good time, to really enjoy yourself out there and be safe, it's really more important to be prepared before you ever leave the house than to get out there and realize you don't have something. That's how you learn. Granted, we'd like to be able to teach you guys before you get to that point to save you some discomfort out there in the field. So, hope you enjoyed this. If you guys liked it, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you guys out there on the trail. This is Landon from Order of the Traveling Hats.